All right, let's react to this hypnosis tape in Friends. Friends is my favorite show, and I'm a hypnotherapy practitioner. Hypnosis is one of my favorite tools that I use in my sessions with clients, and it's been used a lot in movies and TV series and stuff. So, of course, some of them are dramatized, some of them are exaggerated, and maybe they have some truth to them. So, let's see. I just noticed that Phoebe was reading the tarot cards for Rachel. Such a Phoebe's thing. You know, I love Phoebe.
Okay, that's like the least fun game ever.
So I'm really sick of your smoking, so I brought something that is going to help you quit.
Oh. Nope, that patch is no good.
Take this woman at work used it for 2 weeks straight, and she hasn't smoked since.
Huh.
Okay, she said she used it for 2 weeks straight and she hasn't smoked since. Bullshit. As a hypnotherapist, I'm telling you, bullshit. It takes longer, it takes at least 21 days for something like that to work. And why 21 days? Because usually when you take a look at all of the books and research about starting a new habit, almost all of them agreed that it takes 21 days to start a new habit. It takes 21 days for you to do the habit every day for it to become a part of you. Average. That's an average number. Now, when you're talking about something like smoking, some type of addiction that was a huge part of your life, oh, it would take a lot more than 21 days. That's first. Second, when I usually work on addiction or any habit in general, first, we want to find out, what is this habit doing? What is that addiction doing? What is smoking doing to you? Like, you obviously started that habit. Your subconscious mind obviously clung into that habit for a reason. It really thinks that it's good. Look, our mind is wired to keep us away from pain, for survival. All it does is help us survive. That's the instinct. So whatever that we do usually has a reason that's connected to surviving. So your mind chose smoking or whatever habit because it's doing something to you. It's protecting you from something. It's doing something good for you. So when I work with anybody on this nicotine or anything, okay, what's it doing? What did you lack of your life? And your subconscious mind thought that nicotine would give that to you or do something good for. What is it, right? So first we find that out, and then we take it from there. Then we see how we get you that unmet need naturally with your mindset. We try to negotiate with your mind. Okay, that's very deep subconscious work. And then we also need to train your actual muscles, your physical body to reject that habit, right? There's a car parking downstairs. I don't know if you hear it. If you do, I'm really sorry. So we want to train your muscle memory to live normally without that habit, without taking a cigarette out of the packet, without lighting the cigarette, without sucking the nicotine, without taking it in, without smoking it out, without all of this, right? So it takes some time. A hypnosis tape would work as a help, something on the side. It works as a bat on your back. Keep going, you're doing good. It works like that. That's one of the main benefits of it. It also works because when you're sleeping, your subconscious is working. You're sleeping, right? So your conscious isn't really here. Your critical factor isn't really here to kind of reason with the tape and with whatever you're hearing from it, right? So your subconscious is sucking all of that in. So everything goes in, right? So it becomes easier for you to do the work of not smoking, do the work of whatever habit you're trying to create, or avoiding whatever habit you're trying to stop. So it doesn't magically make you stop smoking in 2 weeks, but it really, really eases the resistance out.
What's your problem?
Nothing. It's just that hypnosis is beyond crap.
Ross, I watched you get hypnotized in Atlantic City.
Hey, that guy did not hypnotize me, okay?
Oh, right, because you always pull your pants down on the count of 3 and play Wipeout on your butt cheeks.
Okay, so this is one of the main myths when it comes to hypnotherapy or hypnosis, is that like someone is gonna hypnotize you and you're just gonna pull your pants down. Tell you a secret? I wish I would just go to a guy that I have a crush on, hypnotize them, and boom, voila. But it doesn't work this way. You can try it out, actually. Why don't we try it out like right now? Yeah, I have hypnotized people through Google Meets, and stuff like that. So it absolutely works online. You can do something called self-hypnosis. That's the thing. Like people get hypnotized all the time. I actually worked with therapists or coaches, like received sessions from them as a client, right? And they were like, I'm interested, I'm intrigued. What is hypnosis? Blah, 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 right? And I'm like, hey, remember when I was your client and you gave me a little bit of meditation? You asked me to like close my eyes and you asked me to imagine like I'm walking in a place, and you gave me some suggestions and visualizations and blah, blah, blah. And they were like, yeah. I'm like, that's hypnosis. You hypnotized me. Like it's not that big of a deal, right? So we can try it right now. So if I ask you to just like close your eyes and just focus on your breath and just observe it. Observe your breath. As you take a deep breath, you're going deeper into hypnosis. As you breathe in, you feel calm, and as you breathe out, every sound and movement around you carries you deeper into hypnosis. And now you're gonna pull your pants down. Did that work? Did you pull your pants down? It doesn't work this way, guys. Like, just relax. It doesn't work this way. If you did pull your pants down, it's probably because you did want to pull your pants down.
Falling fast asleep. Deeper, deeper, deeper. You are now completely asleep. You don't need to smoke. Cigarettes don't control you. You are a strong, confident woman who does not need to smoke.
Okay. Okay, so there are a few things. Actually, I wouldn't do any of these things in a hypnosis recording, and I'll tell you why. What she's saying is, you're falling fast asleep. You're now fully asleep, something like that. First of all, it doesn't really work that fast, but come on, we're doing a series, it's a quick thing. They're just trying to show you what is in the tape. But usually the first, we call it induction. The induction takes like 1 whole minute, something like that, or maybe 30 seconds. They're like deepeners. Usually it's a bit slow, right? And then cigarettes don't control you, right? So the mind is very visual, right? Something that I learned or I read in Buddhist books. They tell you, oh yeah, there was that story of one guy going to the Buddha, and he was like, I want to be enlightened, teach me, blah, blah, blah. So the Buddha was like, okay, here's what you do. You go walk all the way back to your house and don't think of monkeys, right? And then this dude, as he's walking back to his house, his mind is empty, but a picture of a monkey. All he could think of is monkeys. That's all he could think of, right? And what the Buddha's trying to teach him is that you need to let go of thoughts, right? Or one of the main things that they teach is like letting go of thoughts, and that's why they call it the monkey mind, right? Because it's a reference to this story, but it's also a reference to how the mind is jumping from a thought to another. And it also showed him like he could think of one thing, but a step further would be just emptiness, which is a big teaching in Buddhism. Anyway, my point is, the mind is visual. When you tell me don't think of a monkey, guess what I'm thinking about? A freaking monkey, right? And I tell you, like, don't think of a green apple. You're gonna have to see the green apple first in your mind. That's how it works. The mind is visual. The mind really loves images. That's why a lot of people would rather to watch a video than to read a book, right? So that's also not just hypnosis. That's not just hypnotherapy teaching. That's something called NLP teaching. What I really work with is the subconscious mind. And we really need to understand how the subconscious mind works, because it's a huge responsibility to work with someone else's subconscious, right? So don't just give your subconscious to anybody. So when I say you don't need to smoke or cigarettes don't control you, guess what the subconscious mind is hearing? Subconscious mind is hearing cigarettes, smoking, control you, need. That's what the subconscious mind is hearing. Subconscious mind doesn't really hear the don't, these negation words subconscious mind doesn't really give an F about. Actually, not my last client. A few clients ago, I worked with somebody who had a nicotine addiction. What we found out is that he started smoking he started the nicotine, not just smoking, like there are other ways of taking nicotine, right? Because when he was young, he saw like his very cool grandpa smoking. He saw this popular kid in high school chewing, like cool, good men take nicotine, right? So my hypnosis tape for him was reinforcing that he is a good man, reinforcing the things that he does in his life that make him a good man. And other qualities, right? What other things that he does that make him cool and awesome, his business, all of these stuff that make him feel sufficient as a person and as a good man, right? Like he doesn't really need to do anything. Whether he chose to smoke after that or to take nicotine after that or not, that's his choice. But the main thing is that he would feel that he is a good man. And it did work. This is why general hypnosis tapes are good for a bit. Because they're not speaking to your needs, to your beliefs, to your patterns. They're speaking generally. But yeah, like Friends is a comedy, right? It's a comedy series, and there are things that you do need to exaggerate to make a good comedy. That's the thing that people should understand. Like, that's how show business works. That's how screenwriting works. You have to have something attractive. You have to have something fun. And honestly, that was a very good writing. But yeah, after that, we can see that he started acting like a woman and he started, which was crazy funny. But yeah, now we know that it doesn't really work this way. I'm gonna react to more hypnotherapy and therapy in general in movies and TV series, so make sure that you've subscribed for that.